Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hello there.
We are back for episode 2, season 2, FBoy Island. We're having a blast. We just recorded episode 1. Hopefully you just finished watching and you just saw the post-credit scene. Very important because the intro here is a nice tumbleweed scene where you have a lot of people like, oh, what the hell is going to be going on here? And then you have Nikki Glazer, who's always game to just do anything fun.
Yeah, I love
having
her.
A showdown with the newly reintroduced Garrett.
Yeah.
And it's like, Garrett, you piece, and you think she's going to go in on him, and she's just happy and hugs him, and they're happy to see each other.
Love it, man.
Great.
But it's such a good person to bring back to represent Limbro.
Oh, I mean, these characters. I mean, we have 2 so far returned characters, him and Pete, but again, it doesn't seem like they're going to interact as of now.
Right. And the one thing we didn't mention last episode is that now if an F-Boy wins, they don't scam him and be like, hey, by the way, we're keeping the money and donating to charity. You get to actually keep it, which I think is cool.
It is cool. I mean, it actually adds some realness to it.
Okay. It's the Garrett rule.
It is the Garrett rule. So, Nikolai is stupid.
Yes, incredibly
That's like the main point of this.
And incredibly drunk.
So dumb because, I mean, I feel for the guy. I don't know why he shared, and I get what he was trying to say. He's like, I saw Louise and I thought she was just like a dumb LA blonde. But he didn't finish the statement. He's like, but like, man, she's awesome and like really intelligent and great. He's like, I shouldn't have judged. He didn't finish because he was drunk. Right. And then boom, it cuts right to Mercedes like confessional where he's like,
right. He's just like, I can use this as ammo.
He's like Andy Bernard writing the notes, adding a person on the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mia, they go to the dates though. Mia actually gives Danny a chance. Don't like that.
Can I say something that I don't know if you caught that I laughed out loud and she did it twice in this episode?
What?
She said to Danny, "Get dressed, my guy."
Where you been at, guy?
Did you miss that?
Oh, I gotta go back now.
Yeah, she said,
"Where you been, guy?"
Yeah, she said my guy twice in this, and I was like, yes.
That's the Buckhead Shore reference.
Yes. My guy.
So it's Mia and Danny for the date, Luis and Mercedes and
Tamaris and Tommy.
What?
Tamaris and Tommy.
Yeah, it's Tamara takes Tom. They said they were getting mad. Mike says, why would she take him? He's a cowboy from Ohio, Idaho. He said, I shaved my chest for this. Now I'm going to grow it out of spite.
That's funny. That's a funny line.
The first date we'll talk about Tamara and Tom. The only thing that's really funny, 2 things. He's 23. She's turning 30, whatever. He says, oh, nobody's watching us. And then it cuts to the mansion where there's about 46 of them watching them.
Right. They're like seagulls on a beach waiting for food to drop.
And they start making out. He grabs her neck and it's like,
yeah, that was a hell of a makeout session, I will say.
He went hard. But I said the best part is there is the commentary of Mike that continues to complain about him. He does call him a chooch, which was good.
Yeah, that's very Jersey Shore. He's taking on that Ronnie mold.
Also, I believe he said it in the premiere. We didn't talk about it. She's like, well, you're Italian. He's like, no, I'm Armenian.
Yeah.
Armenians and Italians are exactly the same. They both own Italian restaurants. They both dress exactly the same. They go to the same clubs. Like they're just literally, it's like Eastern European Italy. I mean, I'm telling you, I know, like, and it's not even like saying that like in a mean way. Like I know a lot of Armenian people and stuff like that. They are very similar to Italian people. So it's like, all right, dude, I think it's not much of a stretch. I mean, you literally look like Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's really not the worst thing someone could say.
Getting defensive about somebody not knowing exactly where you're from and they don't even know you. How can you be offended?
Well, he's also the guy that by episode 3 gets offended that they're calling him Mikey and not Michael, even though he introduced himself as Mikey D.
Yeah, get out of here.
Dude, chill out. Okay, so Danny does do well with Mia. He gets a make out. Mercedes and Luis do the camel ride. His date, he's funny, dude. He instantly gets to ratting. He rats out Benedict for being a TikToker and traveling.
I don't like him though.
But he's just playing the game. Like, and it's
he's this season's Garrett. He's this season's Garrett.
He's worse than Garrett.
And I don't know, man. Garrett's pretty bad. I can't stand Danny either. I know he had like a little like revelation moment, but I still don't
I'm
like
not
the
even saying
guy.
he had a revelation moment. I'm not even saying he's good. I just think this
Yeah.
other dude is just more of a snake. Garrett was more tricking the girl than the guys.
Oh, I'm talking about Dan. I went back to because we just talked about Danny and me. I'm just saying, even though he had a good date, I just still don't like the
No,
guy.
I'm not a Danny guy either. Again, I don't
Yeah.
can't vibe with somebody that literally gives a crap that on a reality show where there's like a 30-1 ratio that
Right.
like
Exactly.
somebody who is someone from a past season gets an advantage. It's what happens. Just what
Yeah.
happens, dude. What are you signing up for?
Yeah.
Like
And you know what? Maybe she likes him.
go on Wheel of Fortune if you're gonna try to make some money. Go on like the $100,000 pyramid.
Yeah. Or try
Learn
to be
some
the bachelor.
yeah, do anything else except that this is not a money show. So show for love and deception. No
Mm.
more charities. Okay, so Mia, so they come back from the dates. This is good. Nico talks to Tamara, not into her answers. he goes, she says, "You're a little cutie." He gets really upset.
These guys are really like sensitive for being like F boys. You know what I mean?
I agree. Mia, okay, this is good. Mia comes back and talks to Peter. He's wearing the beanie and stuff, and she instantly says that she kissed Danny. She says she feels bad, and he plays it good. I mean, he plays it very smooth, and says he has 2 heartbeats, so basically means he has a boner. It was a nice way he was basically trying to say it like as if he was on like a network show.
Yeah, right. You got to
Not
think of like a
HBO Island
PG way to.
not HBO Max where they're dropping F bombs no matter what. Nikki Glazer says about 5
Yeah,
every episode.
right.
Um, Mikey D thing when he says he's getting really sensitive when he's talking to Tamara, and she's like, "Well, we can get to know each other, dude. It's all good, chill." And he's like, "I really do feel like I'm falling for you."
Yeah,
That's just such a bachelor thing where they've like literally spent 16 minutes together, and the person tries to tell the lead that they're falling for them to try to be more
yeah.
interesting.
I've also learned on this show if a guy is quick to say like you're the one that I'm only here for you, like that's
It's scheming.
they're people pleasers, man. I think the F boy, any people pleaser mentality is an F boy.
It's true. This is a part that I honestly really enjoyed. It was the Mercedes and Nikolai confrontation. And now remember, you don't have to be a fan of Mercedes, but like the the mental game that he played with
Yeah,
him, where he literally, it's like, listen, dude, you need to talk to her because it'd be worse if it comes from someone else. Yeah. And literally, like, convinces the group to convince him, literally, it live dynamically that he needs to snitch himself out to Luis.
yep,
And it's like, dude, the point that I like that he makes though, it isn't even anything about that. It's the point where he's like, dude, the girls already know who they want. Like, and
yeah,
that's to a sense pretty true at that time. Like, honestly, like there's a lot of these shows work like that. If you're one of the first person to slide in, they're comparing everyone to you. And if you do well, that's the kind of dynamic. And like, again, that's because he also felt like he was in a superpower position. So, but
exactly.
how did you feel about that little interaction?
I mean, it didn't help that Nikolai had like drank like 50 beers or whatever. He was
Loaded.
so drunk. His eyes were so glazed over. I mean, you could have told him to do anything. Like go jump in the ocean, go jump off a bridge. You'd be like, you know what? I think I should do it. But hey man, you gotta play the game. And that's what Mercedes is doing. So I gotta applaud it for now, even though I don't like him.
Dude, so Luis talks to Benedict and says that, talks about Mercedes saying you're an F boy, and he's
Yep.
like, what? And man, I literally wrote with a star here. This may be one of the all-time dumbest confessionals of all time, where that dude actually was trying to convince himself that she was somehow trying to screw with him and lie.
Right.
Like, he's like, no, man, why would he do that? So he
Right.
goes to Mercedes, and Mercedes is like, yep, I said it. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of have these tendencies. So I said you may. And he's like, why, bro?
Why are they so friendly with you would think like remember last season the guys are ready to fight each other like at any moment. Like the Jeremy guy, there's like two dudes like ready to fight.
They're ready to rumble, dude.
Yeah, this season they're like it's more rumors. They're not as many fist fights. It's rumors.
Well, I'll take the rumors. I like it. It's entertaining.
I like the fist fights.
So somehow from this confrontation of Benedict talking to Mercedes, it again ricochets back to Nikolai, where he goes and rats himself out and does a horrible job at ratting himself out because why would you first of all do it in front of people?
Yeah, exactly.
Idiot.
Like pull her aside, drink some water.
Idiot. That's really the main stuff I have as far as like the pre-elimination stuff. When they got to the elimination, Nikki Davidson did say that they'll never be as effable as Pete Davidson.
Yeah, which is a joke in
Because
itself.
no matter how much you work out, you'll never be. I'm like, yeah, well, none of them are famous. Okay.
Right.
Elimination time. Tamaris has Jeremy and Nikki P, because Nikki P was very condescending in his conversation with her, very controlling. Luis has Nikolai for calling her stupid.
Yep.
And Noam didn't know who he was.
Right. There's a couple people that are just like.
Then Mia had Carlos and Brent. Carlos is maybe one of my all-time now favorite FBoy Island members, because the dude basically just went for vacation and hung out. Didn't fight with anyone. I don't think he talked to anyone. The guy literally said he thought Carlos was a producer.
Right. It's super funny.
I respect, dude. We need to try to find Carlos.
He was a nice guy too. Like
we
everyone
need to
was
find Carlos. I think,
he was
because
nice
Carlos probably was just like, yeah, man. I realized pretty quickly, like, I'm probably not gonna win.
I think he was the guy that had a 9-year-old daughter in the preview.
Well, I hope Carlos had a great time, and I hope that maybe we can reach out to Carlos, because that'd be great. So no one knows who Carlos was. Brant is the wedding reception uncle, which turned out to be funny because he is an uncle, he said.
Yeah.
He is a fun uncle. Nikolai calls Luis Mia. That was that was obvious. It was very obvious where Nikolai was going.
Burying himself alive.
All right, so Bri, let us know the 3 guys that were eliminated and update us on their status. And I do have before you do the stats, I have a few like funny quotes about stuff about what they did.
Okay, so just do what they are.
What were they?
All right, so Nikki P was an F-boy.
Yep.
Carlos was a nice guy.
Yep.
And Nikolai was an F-boy.
We'll talk about that stuff. I mean, there was no real shockers there. No one was like,
yeah, right. Yeah. The style on the show.
Who said that I do feel sorry for you? F-boy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. That was Nikolai.
Yeah, that was Nikki P.
It was Nikki P. It was Nikki P.
Yeah.
Then says, knows what he wants. An F-boy, definition of an F-boy. An F-boy is someone who knows what he wants because he's been with so many women that he just has like a good sample size.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then he rats out Mikey D for having a girlfriend on the way out.
Those are the type of people that would that love their own brand.
Oh, Nikolai's quote was, "You are a dumb blonde."
Right. Went back on his statement. Do we think there's a nice guy Bill anymore?
I don't know.
Is Carlos still around? I hope he is.
The only other thing we'll say before we go our stat update from our preview where we guessed what everyone was going to be blindly. Nikolai asked if Nikki Glazer would pick up more of his bags. Right. She knows too much creatine.
Yeah, so funny. Heavy. So funny, man.
All right, so like we said, we did do a preview special. It's there on the channel. You can see to validate what we're saying, but you don't have to go back and watch that. Going into this episode, I was 3 for 3 on the guesses. Brian was 2 for 3, and our other co-host Waleed, who's now on vacation, is also 2 for 3. So we have 3 more reveals, Brian, this episode.
Yep. Okay,
right, so how did we all do on this one?
All right, Nikki P. 2 out of 3 of us had him as an F-boy. You did not.
Ooh, damn! There's a nice swing. That's a good one for the crowd.
Carlos, we all had nice guy. So that was a nice little sweep. And then Nikolai, you and I had me and Waleed had F-boy.
Damn! So I'm behind now. Look at the swing. So that's all right. So you guys have what 4 and I have 3.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Well, no, we have 5.
I was 3 for 3, and then this time I was 1 for 3. So
yeah,
I have 4.
I got all of them right, so I'm 5 for.
You're 5, and I have 4.
Right.
And then he had 2, right?
Yep.
Sorry, so you have 5, and we both have 4. All right, cool. All right, guys. So we're gonna have episode 3 here as well, and then we'll update the scores there, and then we'll give our reactions obviously throughout. But for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.